Shot is no good, but Bluebottles first to the quaffle.
On the Queensland side, their starting line looks like Liz Schultz, Chris Peake, Sam Tanner. Who's that? That is Kim Parry, Aaron Sybil, and number 99, Asia.
All right, Queensland just trying to share it around, but Bluebottles all over them with the quaffle, with the beaters there. And they're getting that quick reset, and he's put it through.
There's a good sidestep there on Sam. Getting through, I think we're going to see a lot of that. The Bottles really want to push what they've got here, especially that starting pair of Ryan Shields and Vicky. Vicky being able to hold the base down there, and Ryan Shields, he's been playing incredibly today, and really able to put on that pressure up high. So we'll see what Queensland has to offer against that kind of pressure.
And Queensland themselves have been doing really well in their beater game, like applying lots of pressure.
Great
Not
pass.
quite getting onto that though this time. Bluebottles retaining the quaffle there and coming up for another attack.
Yeah, good stuff there from Amber. Just reading that pass, wasn't going to be working out, and just collapsing on that. And that's important. Coming up, we've got points for Queensland. We've got Sam Tanner against H. Seravanathe. Coming up, looking for an option out to Chris. Aaron Sybil putting pressure out. A bit of a fumble there.
Bit of a beater battle going on in there, and it looks like Queensland might have lost it. No, they've held on to it. I'm going to hold up, wait for a bit of support here. Trying to position his fellow chasers, looking for an option. We have a rooms down.
It'll be interesting to see where that quaffle actually ends up. Whether that was before the throw or after the throw.
I think it's just a dodgeball off pitch call. There's no real call here.
I wonder where the quaffle... Oh, the quaffle's just going to be loose. Okay. So it looks like Kim Parry's going to be first to the ball.
Queensland to it. They have an option here, looking for a pass over the top. Oh, and it's a goal.
That's a shot. That's an absolute shot. I don't know if Kim was looking for that, but either way, it went in. She had options out the back. The alley was there. The shot was there. Had all the options in the world, and it goes in.
Score is 10-all.
Yeah, so Bottles looking for that pressure there. Just unfortunately, that high pressure out back means that lob over the hoops opens up that front play for Queensland again. H getting stuck in the screen. He looks for a screen but isn't quite ready for the pass to come out.
Right, Queensland looking on the attack now, trying to get that bludger control back. Good dodge there by Aaron Siebel. Let's see what they can do now.
Chris with the pass
Doesn't
out
go over
there
the
to Sam
top.
Turner.
Good
Great
take.
catch
Does he
there.
put it through? No.
Catch. Not quite working. Amy in a race. Amy Molina with a race against Liz Schultz. Liz Schultz beat out by Vicky Quinn.
And that's the end of the Queensland attack. Opportunities there.
Yeah, both teams look like. I think this is going to turn out to be quite an even match. Both teams really looking how they're playing. I feel like we're in this kind of stage right now where we're feeling each other out. Like they've played each other already today. They've both had their captain chats. They both had their coach chats. These are things we need to change. And I think both the teams are just feeling that out about, okay, what can we do, what changes can we make, and what is actually effective.
Queensland on top of it there, getting the beat and killing the attack there for the Bluebottles. So
Bottles maintaining control.
Queensland making a few changes now.
Yeah. We've got Caleb Rapson coming on. We've got Sam Turner with the ball, Josh Lindley.
Oh, and a big tackle. Taken to the ground, but Queensland have managed to hold on to it. Under a bit of beater pressure though.
Josh gets the ball out quick, passes off to Sam Turner.
Gets through two people, tries to take the shot, but it's slapped down.
That's great bodies there. We'll see what the call is here, but that looks like good bodies in front. Just getting that last hand. That last hand is just so important. You just need you see the drive, and just getting something in the way is just crucial. It really makes a difference. Even if you feel like as the person in the way, you're like, oh, I'm not really doing much, it does make a difference, even if it is just a slight hand.
Just being in the way, it can make that massive difference. I know, even for myself personally, it is that constant battle of trying to decide, do I sit right on the hoop, or do I push out and try and apply that pressure? Because, being that very, very last second of as they're taking the shot can be the difference between the goal or not.
100%. And so many times we see that shot turned away. So we'll see what the call is here. Zero Pasturi from Queensland out the back. Caitlin Rapson looks like she's beat out, so Sam Turner's not going to have many options out back on hoops. Aaron Sybil does have a bludge there, but he's pinned a little bit by Vicky Quinn and Ryan Shields.
Just see what happens here.
Tough choice here.
See if Aaron can get the beat here. Maybe potentially get control back for Queensland. That would be extremely beneficial for them. I know that they've been struggling to get control back so far.
Absolutely. Miller coming in there as a beater. It's a second beater, a bit out of position for whatever happens here. We've got a yellow card there for Chris Collins.
Potentially, I'm not sure if that was a dangerous tackle. It was an interesting tackle. It's been brought back to the point of that tackle, so I'm guessing that's the call. Passed it off, but it's gone a bit high.
Sam Turner
Gonna get to it.
Zero Pasturi gets the ball, but Ryan Shields
doesn't have any options, unfortunately.
Yeah, good stuff from Amy Molino just to slow that ball down and allow Ryan Shields to come in with the beat.
Again, another good attack from Queensland. Unfortunately, didn't go their way, and they didn't quite get the bludger control back there either. But there's some really, really good movement there.
Absolutely. They're getting some good looks. Like it's good looks. Great catch there from Aaron.
Excellent catch. He's doing really well in the beating game.
He's taken out George Karan.
They've got no
Josh Lindley with
no
the drive
there.
here.
Drive through and he puts it in.
He's got that right side hoop open.
That was definitely all the beating game there.
100%. Aaron Sybil showing his dominance there. Showing why he was picked on the Australian Auroras. Just really showing off that international experience there. Making, not only getting control for his team, but also generating a goal. And that's really, you can't ask for more.
Score is now 20-10 to Queensland.
Yeah, like I said, this is going to be a tight game. Do you reckon it's going to come to catch for win, or do you reckon Queensland's going to start walking away?
I think it's going to be, the catch is going to be it.
Crucial.
It was going to go either way. First game, I think it's going to stay the same.
Yeah.
We'll see how the game progresses. As we sort of said before, we know Queensland have had some very good starts.
Yep.
We'll see what happens when the game starts to open up, especially when that snitch comes on pitch, or when that flag runner comes on pitch, because as we all know, it can get quite chaotic. Oh, and we've got a bit of a run here from Queensland, looking for a passing option, passes it out wide,
Great.
Doesn't quite hold on to it though.
Yeah, great timing on the tackle there from Aaron Sybil, opening it up for Josh, but unfortunately, defense chaser got a hand to it and made that pass near impossible and just got knocked out. Got Giacomo Agbuba coming on.
Fakes the pass,
Amy
doesn't dish it
Molino
off
subbing
though.
for Chloe Kneebone. Over to Amber Burley.
And back again.
Back to Giacomo Agbuba.
Looks like Bluebottles just trying to stretch out the Queensland defense here. They are coming up against control, so.
And I think that's, if they score this, absolutely the right choice. I think that's a great look there from the Bottles. They move that defense, spread that defense out, and really spread those bludgers away from hoops, right? Those bludgers.
We've got Queensland coming up now in the attack. He's coming up against no bludgers, so he's just going to truck through and take that shot.
That's some great work there from Will Arnold, just coming through. Big scoring threat, Will Arnold. He's tall, he's fast, and as we just saw, he can put the body through. So,
score is now 30-10, Queensland's way. So, Queensland, it's still within range. The way that they're going, though, they're definitely getting those goals on the board. We're yet to see Bluebottles respond with a goal here. Takes that shot. Is he beat before, though? It looks like he was.
We're going to call the brooms down there on the check. Regardless of that goal being in or not, I think Aaron Sybil is key here. He is generating those turnovers, and he's generating those turnovers in positions in front of hoops where Queensland Thunderbirds are just able to pick that up and go.
We'll see how long he can keep it up. Like it's definitely paying off for Queensland here. Like Aaron holding them up and just allowing his players to run up to hoops and just put it in.
Yeah. He's just generating so many offensive opportunities there, which is fantastic to see. We've got a discussion here, probably about whether that was beat before. I would say.
It was very close. I do.
From
what we could see, it did look like it was beat before.
Yeah. Well, especially because the shot, passing motion or shooting motion doesn't count, so it has to be the moment that it leaves. So I would say that shot would be no good, but the refs see their own things and much closer than we are. So. See, but
I'm interested to see what Bluebottles' answer to Aaron coming up is. Obviously, once he's not necessarily going to be able to keep it up all day. He's going to get tired. He is going to have to sub off. So we'll see if they can do anything while he's on the pitch to sort of answer that, because last thing they want to do is get too tied up in the beta battles and allow that quaffle just to come straight up to the hoop.
And I think JV James Lim, who's just standing there, has come on just recently with Rebecca Robb. I think JV's kind of the right answer for that. He's a solid guy, but he's a really smart beater. Right, he'll make the right choices. He might not necessarily win every ball. I think Aaron's a little bit faster than him, but JB Lim will make the right choices, and I think that's potentially what you need against Aaron, who's just running a little bit rampant here in this game.
He is.
And Nilla absolutely there to support, and Queensland just holding on to that control, making it real tough for Bottles to generate some kind of offense there. So they're going to look to passing it back to keeper. So we're going to say that the goal is probably good here. Will be restarted in a moment. So we have a yellow card on Giacomo Abuba, but he regains the quaffle because the goal.
No time in the box because the goal was scored, so he comes straight back onto the pitch.
Yeah. Charlotte win with the ball.
Passes
over to Chloe Nebo. That's some great movement.
Looking for an option.
Giacomo with the hustle there. He's got someone in front of him. He's not
looking for an option. Passes it back for that
reset.
There. Very clever.
I don't think he needs a reset. Reset needs 2 feet fully across the line, so Eden keeps it safe there. Eden's got to hold something here. He's got to wait for his team here. He's goes
some options.
Cross. Will Arnold gets the pass out to Chloe Nebo, and Chloe Nebo makes the smart choice and holds. This is what Bottles need. Just that slow offense. Nilla pressuring. Beck throwing a bludger there, but not quite working out. Giacomo Abuba looking for something over.
Cause a bit of chaos in the beta game, but
those passes over, especially Will Arnold, Josh Linley. Josh Linley's shorter, but he can jump, and Will Arnold, he's a tall fella. Gonna be tough.
All right, Queensland on the attack again. It looks like their Blue Bottles are starting to apply some half-pitch pressure now. Try and stop those runs.
Yeah, it's just so much harder to stop someone once you have momentum. Oh yeah, absolutely. So, Bottles staying high here is, I reckon, a pretty good choice. But we'll see. Speaking of that sub, we have Asia coming on for Nilla, and Ben Helene as the other beater.
Takes a shot on the small hoop and he gets it through.
That's Will Arnold. That's a great shot from him. JV getting control here though. That's unfortunate for JV, that brooms down. But potentially, no, that's unfortunate. Oh, it's going to be a race. So JV James Lim may have gotten control back there for the Bottles.
As far as I can see, it looks like 92 for Queensland is going to be beat at the resumption of play. So I think that Blue Bottles are going to be recovering control here, which is good for them.
So Blue Bottles calling the timeout here. Making that tactical choice. They've only scored 1 against Queensland's 5, so I think this is a great choice from the coaching team of Cameron Walker and Harry Huang, just to deny that momentum that kind of builds through these games, right? You kind of start to get down, you're like, oh, we've only scored 1 goal, and I think it's important to disrupt that and hear a voice of reason from your coaches who might be a little bit more level-headed.
I definitely think it's something that the Blue Bottles weren't expecting either. I think it was, they were going to be expecting it to be a goal-for-goal sort of situation, and now Queensland are starting to pull away a little bit. So a smart move to take that break, just get that composure back, try and figure out what it is that they need to change in their defense, but also in their attack.
Absolutely. What changes are going to be made? I mean, I always feel like the timeout, it's interesting. I feel like sometimes timeouts really don't achieve anything, and sometimes teams come out of the timeout and they play completely differently.
Exactly.
So we'll see what Blue Bottles are able to generate here. They should get control back, so that'll change the pacing of this game as well. Unless Ben Helene is able to tap back on and get purple before JV. I doubt that's going to happen.
Yeah, we might see a swing here. If Blue Bottles can get that control back, it's going to give them a lot of options coming up into offense, which I think that they're definitely going to need. I think that they have the bodies there to try and go for those drives, and he has recovered it. So Blue Bottles do have control now.
Okay, so this is going to be a pretty good offense there. We've got a sub coming. We've got Georgina Kozlova coming up as the Blue Bottles beater. subbing for Rebecca Robb. Bluebottles moving the ball around quite well. Queensland doing well at matching that.
Dishes
Chloe
it
Nebo
off.
with a drop
Gonna
ball
recover
there.
it.
Caitlin
Looking for
Rapson keeping it legal. Lovely. No, not.
Coming in for a shot.
Charlotte Wen.
Tries to get over the top, but doesn't quite get there.
She's got speed. She just unfortunately went for the high shot when she just doesn't have the height. But she is quick. She is quick.
The options are there. I think for Bluebottles, maintaining control and then coming in for those driving shots is going to be the difference for them.
Yep.
They need to start getting some goals, on the board if they're going to stay in this game.
Absolutely, because we are coming close to snitch on pitch, and Bottles have recovered control.
Queensland working it around the far side, trying to spread out the Bluebottles here and looking for an option. Driving up the top, looking for an option. Oh, but it's slapped out.
Great hit from Giacomo Abuba.
He holds on to it. He's looking for a run, but he gets beat. And
Georgia
Queensland recover. And runs it around, puts it through.
Joshua Lindley just driving through the team there, as he does.
A really, really good defense there. I think unlucky that they tried to go for that fast break, but unfortunately just got beat before that could happen.
And then beaters were already running. Georgia Kozlova just moving up already, and wasn't quite ready for
Bluebottles still with control. It looks
turnover.
like we might be seeing a 1.5 here, which would be good for Bluebottles if they can try and tie that up and look for the pass.
Giacomo Abuba going to his right side. That's where he wants to be. Chloe Nebo just getting beat. So a good slowdown from Liz there. Really opens up the beat if you just have that chaser in front, just slowing them down. Makes it so much easier to hit that. Joshua Lindley subbing off for what looks like Wallace here. So we're probably going to have a little bit of change about who is top and wings here.
Queensland trying to work it around, but they're getting pressured by the Bludgers and they get beat.
Great stuff from JV.
Excellent turnover there. That control really coming in handy for the Bluebottles now.
Wallace Turner coming high. Georgia missing the beat, but it doesn't really matter. Bluebottles maintaining possession. They seem to want to
looking for an option.
Yeah, they want to flow through Chloe Kneebone. Dodging the beat.
The beat misses, takes a shot and he gets it.
Fantastic work there. And that's kind of stuff, I think that's going to be important. Just those goals that generate confidence.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that's definitely going to help them now. They've got another goal on the board. They're going to start to chip away.
Yeah.
If they can maintain that control and just try and get those shots off or just...
That's a double beat there from Chris. That's a double beat there from Chris. That's excellent work. Agent wasn't quite ready for that. You don't expect the double beat that comes from your own team.
It's a beautiful rare occurrence, the double beat.
Yeah, it is. Agent's going to get the card here for playing on after beat, I guess, because it did affect play, so that would make sense. We've got Wallace Turner going to lose the ball. This is a great opportunity here for Bottles. If what I think is going to happen is going to happen.
Yeah, let's see if they can convert.
There you go. So we've got two of the Queensland chasers quite deep. We have Chris Collins staring down Ben.
We might see a bit of a trade here to try and free up the Bluebottles chasers here so they can go for a run.
Yeah. Chris Peak looking for the fight
Fakes
on
it,
Ben
goes for
Helene.
the beat.
Gets the
Causes
fight.
it though.
Giacomo Abuba
runs through, puts it in.
That's exactly what they needed there.
Pretty much exactly what we thought was going to happen. There's the trade there to create that space.
Well, Chris Peak looking for a race here. Ben Helene going for the kick.
Went for the kick and he's kind of given them back control.
He has given them that control. I wouldn't have gone for that myself, but I am no beater. So
I am, and I probably wouldn't have done that.
But,
long beat, but it misses.
It's a great stop there from Eden Hodge.
Queensland recover it though. Oh, and it's slapped out.
Giacomo Abuba. Just too much pace on it.
Queensland recovering it, so doing really well to recover there, but they get wrapped up again. Popped. I don't think Eden knew that had popped out in that wrap.
No, I don't think so either. This is going to be a harsh card if Eden receives that there. So Kim Parry's going to get the ball back. It is going to be a card on Eden Hodge. What do you think about that? I think it's harsh.
Yeah. Look, that could have gone either way. From what we could see, it was pretty clear that Eden didn't know that had popped out. He committed to the tackle.
I agree. My thing with reffing is always I don't mind lots of cards. As long as it's consistent, right? As long as both teams are...
As long as those refs, they stick to their decisions.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Because at the end of the day, it's just about fair Chris getting
Passing out wide, but it's recovered by the Bluebottles as it hits
nice
the
work from
deck.
Chloe Kneebone, gets the fend off, but Wallace Turner beat out by Georgina Kozlova.
All right. Bluebottles still with control, and they're coming up in the offense now, so let's see what they can do.
Well, with Giacomo Buba, he's been flowing through Chloe Kneebone quite a bit. Looks for the option there.
Looks for the
gets
bad,
beat.
gets the beat.
That's that unfortunate beat there when you're just coming around the player and that beater can line you up. And I'm sure you as a beater, you really enjoy that because you can't see him coming across and the chasers just aren't ready for it.
Definitely. I mean, I haven't beaten in a while, but I for a good stint of my career played as a beater, so it's always a good feeling stopping that run dead in its track.
Especially when you see the offense being generated here and we're just going to stop it in its tracks. Unsure what's being discussed here. No call on the play. For the Bottles, we have Oliver Dinner and Chris Collins on as the beating pair, and for Queensland, we have Aaron Sybil and Nilla. It looks like on as the beating pair there. Nilla Samble.
One thing that I have noticed between the difference between the two teams, Queensland are keeping quite a tight formation when they're coming up in the attack.
Yep.
Some fairly short passes and driving options. Bluebottles there with the beat, and Giacomo's going to go for a run, but he gets beat too.
Chris went for the wrong fight there. Unfortunately, he generates the turnover.
Going for a run.
Chris
all
Parry
the way. Gets beat first.
Gets the beat first. Play ain't over though. Chris looking for something here. The double intercept. Giacomo Buba.
Tries to take the shot
but
off
another
beforehand,
beat.
But it looks like we've beaten. We've got some hands up.
We've got some hands up. That beat. Who did that come from? It came from Chris. I think that came from Chris. Theoretically a double beat to stop the goal there. So it's excellent work from the up and coming lad there.
So back to what I was saying before, seeing Queensland, it looks like they're coming up with quite a tight formation in their offense, but also quite a tight formation in their defense. Bluebottles coming up, they're trying to play through a lot of space, doing a lot of long passing, trying to spread out that defense. It'd be interesting to see if making that change to a tighter offense might generate, a bit more driving options or a bit more shots for them.
I do have some insight on that, having trained with the Bluebottles quite a bit. I know that's something that they've been working on just to open up that defense because they really struggled in the training camps against any kind of defense that was super tight. They just didn't have the physicality kind of go through it.
Yep.
So they kind of need that spread out passing to just open up those lanes.
Takes the shot, it doesn't
shot
quite.
there, but picked up by Charlotte Wen. We don't mind a missed shot into a recovery. Charlotte Wen looking for the drive here.
Driving through, passes it back.
Aaron Sybil pressures this here. He needs to get rid of that.
Held up by Queensland, and they're going for a run.
Goes for a run here. Giacomo Buba has to take it fast.
Takes it all the way.
Sam Turner running it down.
Queensland have been really, really liking their fast breaks when those opportunities are there. They haven't been taking some risky ones. It's good.
It's just an easy way to generate goals, so take them if you can. That's how that goes.
Score is 70-30, so it's still a close game. Bluebottles have managed to put, a few more on the board.
They've kind of stagnated a little bit, right? We saw, I think, exactly what you were saying at the beginning of. We saw that really strong start from Queensland, and now we've seen a little bit of stagnation.
Queensland's first goal in a little while, yeah.
So Logan Davies here with the ball to Charlotte Wen. A bit of an ANU connection there. Played together quite a bit. All the way over to Chloe Kneebone. Kim Parry, quick on the
looking for an option.
Chloe Kneebone looking for the
draws that beat. Going to take that shot, but it doesn't quite get through.
The shots just aren't working for them. Oliver Dinner forgetting that Chris Peak.
And
keeper there.
Queensland going for another run. They're coming up against. Oh, passes out wide. Shot goes through, but does it count?
I mean, I would say that shot went off, got off.
I think we're trying to figure out whether or not it went through off
Kim Parry.
Yeah.
We just bounced it in, I guess.
It looks like the goal is no good.
Fair enough. I mean, Queensland, as long as they hold this 40 up, they're going to be feeling relatively good about themselves. Bottles really want that one goal, right? They want that overtime even goal that really matters when both teams, go into overtime, snitch catch, and you're even.
And as we said before, the game can change massively once the runner's on the pitch. So we'll see what happens.
That's going to be a goal there. Unfortunately, Will Arnold, I don't think the shot was going in, but Will Arnold actually goaltending.
Oh.
And it wasn't even close, but Will Arnold, just by nature of goaltending, makes it a goal.
Yeah.
I think he just
So we're
forgot.
back into range now.
Yeah, absolutely. Back into overtime range. So Bottles get another goal here. Stop a goal, get a goal. It's in catch range. Let's see what Queensland have to say about that. Looking for a screen on Giacomo Buba. He steps up high.
Gets the beat off first though.
That's some great quick hands
Well
though
done.
from Queensland. We don't mind that. Will Arnold looking further behind. Gets a great strip there from
He
Chloe.
slaps it down, but he
beat
gets the
out.
beat and he's passed it back. I think we're going to be seeing a turnover there.
Multiple hands go up at the same time there. That was... the idea was there, and you know how it is. You know, you have an idea in your head. You're like, I'm going to do this, then this, and your brain's already done the motions.
Exactly. It's that split second between, trying to pull it off and then realizing you're just a little too late.
No fault to Will Arnold there. That's having a plan and then just you go through it, and that's just how it is. Logan Davies there being the option
New South
there.
Wales sharing around, trying to spread out that Queensland defense. There is a hoop down though, so they're down a scoring option
They're
there.
going to have to use a reset if they want that hoop back up. Looks like they're going to take the drive here.
He's going in for the drive and he puts it through.
Great stuff there. Scoring on Queensland Chasers, just standing there a little bit not as active as they could be on that
Queensland
defense.
going for the fast break and that reset there. He's trying to shrug everyone off. Passes it over the top. Doesn't quite get it through though.
Logan Davies just playing a little bit too fast.
Over the top, Giacomo, he manages to hold on to it, but he's tackled straight away. He shrugs it off though. He's on his own though. He's got a little bit
Advantage
of support.
called.
Takes the beat, goes to the pass.
Advantage call. That's a great shot
Good.
from Jack. That's a great shot from Jack. Saw lots of headbands on the floor as well.
Goal's called good, and the score is now 70-60. Queensland 70, 60 to the Bluebottles. So,
And I think
exactly what we were sort of thinking was going to happen.
Absolutely. That strong start from Queensland, and just not being able to continue that momentum, and that's so crucial, right? We're within 10 here. Catch is the difference. We do have Jacob Sutherland, notorious villain of the Nations Cup tournament. Apparently, tournament directors were not happy about this.
I did hear this. Yes.
Yes. He was just like, look, skill issue.
Yeah.
If I can't get caught, can't get caught.
You come in with the job of trying to not get caught, and you
100%.
do it too well.
What are you gonna do?
What do you want?
Yep, exactly. So, no faults there on Jacob Sutherland.
So we'll see what happens now once the runner comes onto the pitch, because anything can change. Like, what do the teams decide to prioritise? Do they try to prioritise the goals, or do they try to prioritise the catch? What are they going to go for?
I'm assuming as well, this will be interesting because it's just going to be just floating over to Will Arnold, Giacomo Buba, just managing to get the ball to it.
I'm not sure why he passed it off. He is the keeper.
He wasn't sure if he was going to be able to hold on to that. There you go.
There we go.
Logan Davies handing it off to him. I feel like because both teams are going to be on snitch, right? It's just the beaters are just going to abandon the quaffle game, so control's going to matter, and control is currently residing with Queensland.
All right, so we may see a lot of goals incoming.
Asia Karalich just coming up a little bit too high.
Passes out wide, doesn't quite hold on to it, but manages to keep possession.
Mayu Kawaguchi coming
Good
around.
screen
Eloise
there.
Taylor looking
Coming
for a
in,
screen
looking for the
there.
shot, puts it through.
That's through.
That's a goal.
That's through. Eloise Taylor setting a great hoop
That
screen.
is a perfect screen. Oh, and a good beat there. And Bluebottles are on the attack again.
I think Will Arnold just getting a little bit too hyped there, wanting the goal, wanting to push it out. But it's 70-70, and I think at this point in the game, it is not going to be. No one's going to pull away. I reckon.
Yeah, we've definitely hit that point now, and I think Queensland are starting to get a little bit frustrated. I think they had a really good start, and now Bluebottles have brought it back. So they're trying. They're in a little bit of desperation, trying to break through, and it's not quite paying off.
And we see that in plays like Will Arnold taking it there. He has time, right? There is time to make the right choices here.
Manages to hold on to it. He hasn't got any support though, so he's going to hold on.
That's just good defense from Joshua Lindley. Pushes up Mayu Kawaguchi.
All right, Aaron just deflecting all of the bludgers there, getting back control for Queensland, and he's keeping Queensland in it, but Bluebottles have recovered the
Bluebottles chase the defense, just absolutely holding it down. Oliver Dinner manages to maintain control, just running I think that's how this game is going to go. A little bit of just fatigue.
Nice dodge there as well.
Mayu with
Passes
a great
it over to
screen
Logan.
into the
Logan's
middle.
driving through, puts it in.
That is a great play from the Bottles there. Screen on the point chaser into a center play.
If you all saw that, Logan dodged a beat from Aaron, ducked right under it, came in for that drive, got that passing option and put it through.
That was top effort from the Bottles. They should be absolutely hyped at it. And for what I believe the first time in the game, they are up.
They are.
That is huge for them, right? They are coming into this timeout, I believe timeout Queensland. They're coming into this timeout feeling good about themselves. Right?
I think it's a good, definitely. Like Bluebottles are going to be really hyped about that. They're in front. They've brought it back. They were out of range for a little bit there. Queensland themselves, I think it's a good call. You know, they've lost the lead. Let's have a chat, figure out what we need to change.
100%. And I think even just from we're starting to see a little bit of fatigue from that Queensland team. This timeout, just snitch is coming on soon. Let's call this timeout here. Let's reset. This is what our snitch on pitch tactic is, because that snitch on pitch tactic when it is in range is extremely tiring, right? Beaters are just going at each other in a small space, and chasers are just running bodies into each other.
And this is where exactly the fatigue, but also I guess the composure in the chasing game is gonna play a part of it. You're not necessarily coming up against the bludgers anymore, but you need to be making some smart runs or some smart passes.
Absolutely. But if we see more of what the Bottles were doing, those screens, I think that's going to work out for them, especially in that snitch on pitch play versus what Queensland are trying to do. They're just trying to, those short passes, if they keep those going, definitely their path to victory. But I don't know if those passes over the top of hoops are going to be the path to victory there for them.
I think Queensland need to slow down a little bit coming up in their offense. Just get your offense a bit set up, share it around a little bit, look for those options.
And we see that here, Joshua Lindley, Kim Parry, just moving that ball around, making Benji Pinto
driving up the middle, passes out
Kim
wide,
Parry,
holds on to it, slings it through.
And that's exactly what you were talking about.
Exactly what you want to do.
Just some patience. Benji Pinto there, just manages to fumble there. We've seen this a few times from the Bottles, right? That pick up into they want the quick goal, and it's there. They're just coming in a little bit hot.
That was one of the only fast breaks we've sort of seen from Bluebottles so far, and a really good work there from Queensland to be able to stop that, because I know Queensland like to do the fast breaks. Bluebottles themselves like to do fast breaks too.
Yep.
So really good that Queensland have managed to stop that. Goal for goal now. We are 80-80.
Absolutely. Okay, Joshua Lindley up top.
Bit of pressure.
Send free.
Trying to create some space. Driving
Great
up the
pass
middle.
out.
Takes a shot, but doesn't quite.
Good defense there from Logan Davies.
So Queensland finding a bit of a rhythm there in their offense now. As you can see, that one didn't quite convert, but they did manage to convert the last attack as well, looking a bit more solid in their offense.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, those short passes are going to work out for them. Lachlan Free there, getting pretty good look at it, just biffing the shot. Logan Davies looking over there. Eloise Taylor and Benji Pinto faking the handoff.
Another great screen there.
This is good stuff.
Another second screen here, passing back to it. Oh, over the top again.
A little bit too much lead on that pass. Mayu Kawaguchi looking for the screen here
screen.
on Sam Turner. Great
space,
pass off.
She gets beat.
But it looks like Logan Davies is going to be able to maintain control here.
Looking for an option.
And Rebecca Robb there to protect him. So Bluebottles, they hold this down. They can reset.
Really good there. Last thing you want to do is, especially right now, is you want to make every offense count.
100%.
Holding on to it, taking as long as you need, and just making sure that you don't lose that possession. Really good work there by the Bluebottles.
Yeah, they get that second chance, right? And they get that chance while that...
And they're giving their seeker even longer time on the snitch.
That beater needs to sit there. Well, potentially. We'll see. That is fantastic work.
Excellent.
That is an excellent pass. Excellent take from Logan, just taking it out of the hands of the chaser above him. Logan Davies scoring that one. Carl Koverick getting plenty of time on the snitch against Jacob Sutherland.
Score is 80-90, Bluebottles in front. So we'll see what if Queensland can answer this. Getting a bit of a screen happening with Queensland, and he drives it through and puts it through the middle hoop.
Joshua really getting a great step there.
Queensland taking a bit of a Bluebottles play there and getting that screen off, and it's worked for them.
All right, the other bludger is back in. Let's see what Aaron Sybil can do with it. It is tough coming up in this situation, right? Cole extremely close to the snitch tag there.
Beaters trying to put some pressure on the Quaffle.
Aaron Sybil looking like he's, I don't know, he's just coming around. They are putting pressure on
passing it
Quaffle.
over the top.
What do you think about this?
Loading.
Queensland putting their bludger on Quaffle.
I think if they're confident in their own seeker, it can go either way. I mean, if you've got control, I'd be playing to try and get that control back, especially in the snitch running game. It's a close game. You know, you don't necessarily need to be focusing on trying to get those goals back. You know, it's going to go either way. You're in range. If you were out of range, maybe so that you can try and convert and bring yourself back into that range.
Yeah.
Right now, I'd be trying to play for control.
Yeah, I just feel like it's an interesting choice. But Aaron Sybil, you know, he is stopping the goals there. Again, makes that choice to
Makes
throw.
that long beat.
Right.
And it gives the Queensland a chance.
It gives Queensland a chance to recover the Quaffle, but it means Eden Hodge getting so much time on the snitch.
Exactly. We'll see if it works out for him, but
I think potentially they're relying on Jacob being quite a tough snitch here a little bit.
Yeah.
Being like he's going to hold his own a little bit.
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen, right? Snitch game.
You can catch with your hands. You can catch with your feet.
Yeah, it can be half a second, and that's all it needs. And Eden Hodge, not a bad seeker himself, so getting all the time in the world here, though. Kim Parry not even able to approach.
And he's got the catch.
That is fantastic work from Eden. And we'll see if this is called good here.
Well, exactly like we were saying, you've given Eden all of that time on his own.
Yeah.
Just unfortunate for Queensland there.
He can get his head in, get his hands in. Okay, what moves does Jacob have? What moves do I have in order to counter that?
Yeah.
Kim Parry not even coming close, right? Rebecca Robb and JV James Lim setting up an effective bubble around that that snitch, and
favourite players you like from that game.
not really able to penetrate that. All right, so it looks like the final score there, 130 to 100. New South Wales Bottles way. 140 to 100 way. New South Wales Bottles way. What do you think?
I think it was an excellent close game. We sort of knew what was going to happen when it came to Queensland, but I'm really happy to see that they managed to get themselves back together and start really getting those goals back and keeping themselves in the game there.
I agree.
Some
standout players from Queensland?
I think, unfortunately, I'm not amazing with the names, but it was great to see. It was great to see the keepers.
Yep. So we have Wallace there. We have Joshua Lindley. We have Chris Peake, all in the green for Queensland. And I agree. I think really holding it down. I think Kim Parry, an excellent game from Kim Parry. Unfortunately, she wasn't able to approach the snitch, but that wasn't really on her. That was essentially really beaters not prioritized, or team not choosing to prioritize that. I think that quick short passing for Queensland worked really well, and that was really flowing through people like Joshua Lindley, Kim Parry, Liz Schultz, all standing out in that Quaffle game.
I think Aaron Siebel beating for Queensland, did really well, really put that early pressure on the Bluebottles, which kind of, broke apart their defense, allowed Queensland to get that quick early lead. And then when we saw it again as he came back on, I think as he came back on towards the end of the game in the beating game for Queensland, started to pick apart that Bluebottles defense with that bludger, and we started to see Queensland get back into it. So shout out to Aaron there, doing excellent work there as a beater.
Excellent work.
How about your standout for Bluebottles?
For the Bluebottles, I think Chloe Kneebone, right? She didn't necessarily score a lot herself, but I think she was a bit of a through player, and I think that's really necessary. You need that player who's going to be able to make those quick decisions, right? Okay, you have a split second to make a decision with the ball. You're passing that ball through, and I think Chloe did that fantastically. I think props to the beater call there at the end. Being able to gain control just before central pitch, and they just held
Hold on to it, give your seeker as much time as they need on that, and it paid off.
100%. I think potentially a tactical blunder there by Queensland, just not trying to get that control back. But you make those choices, and you kind of got to live with them. And that's just how it goes, right? Like we said, it was going to come down to a snitch catch.
Yep.
And it did. So we are, well, we're going to head off into the New South Wales Blue Tongues versus Victoria game. I'm going to sign off. We're gonna play each other
see you on
now.
the pitch.
So I'll see you on the pitch. Thank you very much for commentating with me.
Thank you.
So we're going to sign off here. Thank you very much. Please stay tuned for the next game.